Okay, so the Inspector General has released the unclassified version of the DoD report on UFOs. So let's talk about it. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, everybody is talking about this. We've got an article from Bloomberg. We've got one from the Daily Mail, one from Politico. So let's just go over the actual report. The unclassified summary of the report, which is the classified version, was delivered in August, and this is the unclassified version of it. Finally, it goes over the historical background, and it does reference OSAP. So if there was any doubt that OSAP was a thing, put that to bed. And it says, since OSAP, the DoD has attempted to establish several programs for coordinating DoD-wide U.A.P. reporting. So OSAP did look into U.A.P., if there was any doubt of that. In but none of the other programs were ever fully implemented. Important to note, in 2020, as a result of increased concerns of flight crew safety, national security, and adversary technology advances, Congress directed the DoD through the NDAA to develop a formal interagency entity to study, collect, and report on UAP. AARO. Yay, AARO. I actually believe AARO was founded in the best of intentions, but it was quickly co-opted by the control group. Unfortunately, the objective of this evaluation was to determine the extent to which the DoD, military services, defense agencies, and military department counterintelligence organizations took intelligence, counterintelligence, and force protection actions to detect, report, collect, analyze, and identify UAP. Then it goes over the background, and it's all very dry. I've read it, but it is very dry. And then it gets to the executive orders. It's all very dry. Here's the meat of it. The DoD does not have a comprehensive, coordinated approach to address UAP. We reviewed the DoD's policies, procedures, and actions for detecting, reporting, collecting, analyzing, and identifying UAP, and determined that, among other things, the DoD has not used a coordinated approach to detect them or report them. The DoD components have largely excluded geographic combatant commands, which are responsible for detecting, deterring, and preventing threats and attacks. DoD components develop varying processes to collect, analyze, and identify UAP incidents. As a result, the DoD may not have developed a comprehensive and coordinated strategy for understanding, identifying, and protecting against a UAP that may present a safety threat to military personnel in territory. But wait, didn't Sean Kirkpatrick say there had never been any collisions and they weren't a risk? So yeah, what? You can't go against the lovely Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick. The DoD has not issued a comprehensive UAP response plan. The DoD components have largely excluded geographic combatant commands. DoD components developed varying processes to detect and report UAP. The DoD's lack of a comprehensive, coordinated approach to address UAP may pose a threat to military forces in U.S. national security. Okay, recommendation 1. And it gets into a list of recommendations, and I'm not going to go through them all. Again, it's very dry. But we recommend that the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security, in coordination with AARO, issue a Department of Defense policy to integrate UAP roles, responsibilities, requirements, and coordination procedures into existing intelligence, counterintelligence, and force protection policies and procedures. The policy should include methods to address UAP incidents and should align with policies and procedures for the protection of the U.S. person's civil liberties. Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security and AARO. The Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security that is this fellow right here, Ronald Moultrie. Heckle. I call him. There was Heckle and Jekyll, Bray and Moultrie that gave the first UFO hearing to Congress, and just lied their asses off. Ronald Moultrie clearly, in my mind, is an agent of the UFO control group. It's not great to really go to him for anything except more obfuscation. But they did. Ronald Moultrie agreed with the recommendation. He noted that the findings that inform the recommendation appear to be based on observations that largely predate the establishment of ARROW. He's saying, ARROW, now that we have ARROW, it's all handled. It's all handled. And our response, comments from Moultrie, fully address the recommendation. Therefore, the recommendation is resolved but open. And it goes through recommending, procedures and integrating existing methods and means for U.A.P. And it goes through the various the Navy and Secretary of the Air Force. And it's interesting, the Secretary of the Air Force did not provide official comments for inclusion in this report, as we requested in our draft. However, the Strategic Programs and Policy Associate Director, the Secretary of the Air Force Inspector General, responding for the Secretary of the Air Force, provided us informal comment stating, in coordination with the OSI and our SAF/IGX Special Investigations Directorate, Deputy Director, we concur without comment and look forward to the final published report. It seemed like the Air Force is being a little bit less forthcoming. But yeah, it just goes over all the recommendations they're making and, how resolved each recommendation is. And, usually it will say fully addressed. So, not a whole lot, I didn't expect much, and I didn't get much from the unclassified version. Here's what the Daily Mail has to say about it. U.S. officials do not have the capabilities to defend America against a hypothetical alien invasion. Internal Pentagon watchdogs have determined a newly declassified document found the DoD lacks comprehensive or coordinated effort to track and analyze UFOs, which have been rebranded U.A.P. in recent years. The Office of Inspector General made the eerie conclusion that this blind spot in the DoD's defense capabilities poses a threat to military forces and national security. To address the issues identified in this report, the OIG has made 11 recommendations, including the enforcement of protection policies and the development of new tools in the event of an ET attack. I don't think it ever said ET attack, but okay. DoD efforts to identify and understand U.A.P. has been irregular because of competing priorities, lack of substantive progress, and inconclusive findings, reads the evaluation. However, military pilots have continued to report U.A.P. incidents despite the sporadic efforts of the DoD to identify, report, and analyze the events. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not able to make this any drier. Even the Daily Mail can't make this less dry. But basically, they're saying they haven't been able to track and analyze these things effectively, and now they are going to start doing that. Will they? Will they? I don't know. Politico says after an investigation, the IG found the DoD doesn't have a coordinated approach, has developed varying processes for collecting and analyzing UFO reports, and has largely excluded regional military commands, which are responsible for detecting and deterring threats against the United States in developing policies. We determined the DoD has no overarching U.A.P. policy, and as a result, it lacks assurance that the national security and flight safety threats to the United States from U.A.P. have been identified and mitigated. So yeah, maybe things will get better. Maybe it looks like they are, trying to establish protocols for doing all this stuff, and I guess they might. Of course, somebody has been doing this for many years, descending upon UFO crashes almost instantly, covering up UFO incidents almost instantly. Somebody's been doing this. Somebody's been doing this. Witness Citizen says, my synopsis of the report says, ALSAP officially studied U.A.P. Yeah, they did. The government lied. I don't know if it actually said that. Air Force busted for lying. Well, they like I just read, they didn't comply as well as the others did. DoD dropped the ball. Yeah, it did. It basically did say the DoD dropped the ball. Oops, Arrow still hasn't done their job. Oops, the U.S. is vulnerable. Whoops. Yeah, thanks, Lou Elizondo, for getting this rolling. That's right. Hats off to Lou. Hats off to Lou. But yeah, so it's a lot of nothing. Basically, like I just said, they're trying to develop systems for identifying and analyzing a U.A.P. and looks like they are making some progress doing that. At least at in the mainstream level, at the deeper levels, obviously they've been doing this for many years, but we need the mainstream government to be doing this so that hopefully us in the public can find out what the hell they're doing, at least part of it. Obviously, this is the declassified version. I would be very curious to see what was in the classified version. Probably not that juicier, but maybe a little juicier with some interesting stuff in there. Who knows? Who knows? But there you go, guys. The declassified version of the report. So let me know what you think about this. Does this mean we are making forward progress? To me, it sounds like they're relying a lot on Arrow. They reference Arrow a lot in that report, and it seems like it's all going through Arrow. So until we actually have leadership of Arrow that we can trust, none of this makes any difference as far as I can tell. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've gotten anything out of this video, give me a big thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in an even bigger way, please grab a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Also, channel members frequently get to see videos hours ahead of everybody else. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.